Okay, we need to keep the time, okay, due to we lost around maybe 15 minutes. Okay, welcome to the program. Today I'm gonna teach you on topic about action research and participation or participatory action research or PAR. Okay, I think this is one key of the paradigm of qualitative. Could you hear me? I try to speak slowly, clearly. Are you okay? ธนภัสสรโทรศัพท์ online. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we go. I tried. Don't worry if someone cannot catch up. Someone can download from on demand. Okay. We need to reserve the time. Okay. The first, I'm gonna open you to know what is the about the action research. Why is related with the goal of action research. The first, you need to know rationale. พื้นฐานของเหตุผล rationale and action research cycle process role of teacher and accomplish teaching why is very important for action research due to action research is based on education of or educational philosophy that is the action research. This is outstanding for classroom that originate or original from the teaching process. Okay, the rationale first. How do you know this is the good teaching? How do you know? Napason or Sorasak or on site, you can respond a little bit. How do you know this is the good teaching? Someone know or not? Hello? How do you know?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know this is the good teaching? On site, could you respond?
อยากเข้าซูมได้ยังหาลิงก์ซูมไม่เจอ
Okay. Will I send you by here?
อ๋อมันจะเป็นตอนนี้
ส่งให้อาจารย์แล้วนะเนี่ย
ให้อาจารย์อ๋ออาจารย์ปูเหรอคะ
Okay. Okay. Now we back to what is the good teaching. Good teaching is mean that the student not just only grab the knowledge but can practice and feel that the learning can absorb by themselves. It can make them challenge some topics very complicated but still what we call challenge, funny, still have laughing. It means that the good teaching need to be what we call evaluation. If no evaluation or assessment, nobody know what is the good teaching. It's do the good practice as well. The clear not just only about student, but clear with educator as well. Okay, good teaching is not merely technical matter, deliver information or the knowledge or the context or something give to the student, but also is coming know student well their skill. This is why we study now. We are located in the master level. We need to be grab about knowledge, skill, and attitude. But skill is now is become to be look like a researcher. Now we study about qualitative on the topic of action research and participatory action research or PAR. This is why the area need to be improved. After your learning, you must blah blah blah. We try to use Bloom taxonomy. Presumably, you can classify, you can implement, you can do something. This is we call learning outcome. Okay, so now good teaching can help students make connection between new information. Now you might know someone know PAR, someone know action research, or someone don't know. Don't worry, but this is the new way of qualitative. what they already know or not, or connects that. Sorry, I can just that makes sense and that's large. We can come to knowledge. This critical aspects of learner. We are a learner. Now we need to be in part or on the way of learning to grab about knowledge, skill, and aptitude. In the research of action research is located in the classroom. Okay, and our practice regular systematic of our teaching life. Now the teaching is not just within teaching in the classroom, but classroom sometimes it looks like the box. In the real world now, our teaching can outside the campus, out of the classroom as well, but it originates from the classroom. This is action cycle. It looks like PDCA, but in action research cycle, it starts by first plan, do, reflect, and act. Okay, do and observe is the same. But you can see in the out layer of the cycle start by the first is knowledge. And see, when we could you remember when you was young? I don't know, Napason, Sorasa, Gevalit, and Nawapa, right? Okay, Nawapa. When you was young, you may sit in front of your teacher. Some people sit behind, sit very far from the backboard. It depends on you, the situation, to learn and to grab the knowledge. Some people raise hand up. What is the question? If we don't understand, or the teacher can respond or ask the student. Okay, in the out layer, knowledge is located in the situation or the nature of knowledge that you might learn with Dr. Kunjai. We call ontology, right? Ontology. That we know the knowledge is located on the nature of the knowledge. It looks like this outside we have the temperature low in winter season. How do you know? We use thermometer to measure, or we feel cold in the morning around maybe 15. This is why if we stay and we turn on the heater, we might or we may not know. This is why we need to use something, question, or make a research. Make a research in the outside, in the out layer, make a research and analyze or analysis. And after that, reflection, what is going on, what's happened. After that, conclusion. Okay. Now, the time now is around maybe 1:30, but it's not cold already, like in the morning. It turned to be look like feel humid or hot temperature already when you go outside. In here, we turn on the air conditioner again. Okay, waiting for the next week. It might be low temperature more than this. 7 is the recommendation. If we know, we might take the knowledge from research, from systematic review, for action, from meta-analysis, until to recommendation and action. If it's good, presumably the knowledge of mirror neuron. I don't know speech language therapists know or not. Student, mirror neuron is located in the brain. We think in the previous time the brain is just neuroplasticity. Now it can have mirror neuron. If we practice with stroke client, it cannot raise hand up, but we try to use the mirror, reflex, lure the eye, stimulate the client. After that, the witness can be stimulated by the mirror and feel that they can raise the hand or something. It looks like this. Go to the research until to action. If we read and we learn about it, we grab about this pattern of the knowledge, implement with the client. Okay, that is we call action. Okay, it's my link to be policy, decision maker, or leadership, or up to your director at hospital. if allow you to buy what we call the tool, the assessment, or the intervention tool, come to your OT clinic. We need what we need about the tool to intervene with the client. Okay, this is why we exchange, desire change about what is the problem, why it's not progress. We need to think and share knowledge with community. This is the action cycle. Action is mean we need to drive, we need to do like the action. Okay, it's come to the rationale. When we was young or when we study in the high school, even though now the rationale we need to know about the first, be reflective teacher. I know the teacher, some teacher is look like a model. When the pattern, why he or she got critical thinking, think about this pattern, and that is improve teaching skill. We need to use action research because we want to be make about the teaching learning process is the better, because we got a new strategy in order to become effective teacher. Why we need about effective teacher? Because effective teacher know insight in depth and know the tactics to enable, to engage in student, to understand what or the know-how they give or he give or she give to student. Okay, that is improved teaching. Provide quality within the classroom or in the online classroom as well. That is the rationale. Okay, what is the action research? Why you need to do action research? I'm not sure in your field, someone practice with people in the specialized or specialty in pediatrics. It might be used action research a lot. Why it's different from what we call grounded theory, or different from the phenomenology or case study. Action research needs something about first study about situation that is driven by desire to improve situation. If it's located or presumably if OT CMU or speed CMU compared to OT in Mahidol, speed language practice in Mahidol and in another university. But now, if they compete together, they got the rank, and overall, the assessor check already. We are still poor of teaching learning process because we teach a lot, but no the time for students to absorb the knowledge and reflect. What is the evaluation? The evaluation or the KPI is national license, maybe, right? This is one back to the classroom, back to the learning process. Action research need to be improved situation about this. Okay? In action research study, researcher like you and me in the future investigate issue or intervene with something is different or new. Observe effect or of action and reflects the effect consideration for further planning. For example, I read something last year. I tried, and that is the mission for our OT department, that I need to brainstorm with some staff to move OTPF for implement in case study when OT students go to placement to be internship at outside. And this is why the issue is very hard. The first, I need to give in knowledge, give the skill to OT staff, in OT educator first. You need to understand in the same way or different way. But what about that? We need to agree and brainstorm about this. Okay, that is look like action research. And after that, go to the student last semester. Okay, I don't know, but the last couple of weeks, Ajahn Hatayachanok give about the information from evaluation from student. What is OBP and OTPF work or not? Is effective or not? But it's okay. It's still going on because it's the first time. That is we call reflex. And effective consideration in, I don't know, the number, the ratio, or the graph is okay. Students understand and know about the direction, what they're gonna do with occupation based in OTPF much more. This is why we change short-term goal and long-term goal. Short-term goal become to supportive goal, and long-term goal become to occupation-based goal. This is why drive by the OT department life come together like occupation-based goal in the future for occupation-based curriculum. Our vision, right? This is look like about action research, but we didn't prepare something like ethic or anything. But this is the plan or what we call schedule of implementation of the department. This is in terms of the education. Okay, this is for example. The distinguished feature of action research is that takes specially to improve practice. Why we need OTPF? Because we need to improve our practice. If we still use OPP in OT we call occupational performance profile. We still use a long time. In my generation until to the last couple of generation, they still use like component based like this. Why we need to change? Because we know if we cannot change, we may be what we call out of date. We cannot talk with another OT student from over the world. This is why, but it's still what we call stuck with obstacle or situation or problem. This is why we develop and gradually change from the fourth year first. And after that, this year we put into the third year as well. Okay, we might got occupational profile, try to make the start first. And now we make everything proper in terms of the placement evaluation as well. This is why I raise, for example, for you, speech language pathologist student, you understand about this? This is why we change in terms of the educator, change in terms of the student, change the atmosphere. It looked like in the previous time we study about driven by objective. Now every university driven by learning outcome, or what we call expected learning outcome or program learning outcome. After program learning outcome is likely to in-depth into a course or subject we call course learning outcome. Every course learning outcome drive every subject by topic learning outcome. Today I teach you, I want you to know and classify why we use action research, why we use about PA. PA is mean not just only education, PA is deal with the community, deal with another people outside university or outside the educational journey. Okay, we know about the moment of education. We need to improve, right? Sometimes Pika, you know, Pika, when could you remember that Thailand is the low rank near Cambodia, Laos, but Vietnam go to near the top 5 already. Why? If you become to educator like Minister of Education, what is the issue? How you boost the Thai student to get the high rank of PISA? How do you improve Thai student, we bright Thai student to meet about top 5 in Southeast Asia. Now is around maybe 7 or rank number 7. It's 10 member nation. What you feeling? Ajahn, that is the mean. Some group of students is very high. Yes, but this is Thailand, right? You have something to think how you improve about education in Thailand. Okay, now you are higher education. Okay, it's good. But education, I need to know from you, Gevelin, Nawala, Florasak, Napason, or you come to join a little bit. How do you improve about Thai education from the low rank of the PISA 10 member nation? How do you improve?
I think I will
PR.
the knowledge
Mhm.
and make a difference still future by future.
Okay.
It in the duration
Mhm.
for classes
Okay.
to prepare for students who
Okay.
who to say.
Okay. Okay, good, good. Napason, Kevarin, Sarasak, online, and Navara, you have any idea how to improve? If you got your children, you got your kid, you got your son located on us, why? How you improve? How you educate them? I'm not prime minister. I'm not education minister, but that is their duty. How do you improve? Napason, Sorasak, Evelyn, Navara, and what do
This is in
For
terms of we are parents or we are somebody that can change the system,
change the system?
like the root of the cause that maybe the government should prepare or take more attention to the education system or to invest in the people that involve about education for children.
This issue used to do a little bit in the last former Minister of Educator, Dr. Sutikiat, Dr. Sorry, Dr. Sutikiat. He is a doctor, like he is the psychiatric doctor. At that time, he tried to what we call invite the educator from Finland to do why Finland student in Finland, they have happy to learning, have the high rank of the PISA, even though they can what we call not in the UK or the US. Why Finland is education is very quality. We invite at that moment just a little bit of short periods, but now it's collapsed again. Nobody continue about the what we call the pattern of study, because the pattern of study in our country is look like it's very old fashioned. Students go to study at the school, but in the Saturday and Sunday they need to go to tutor. They don't have a time to and learn a lot. Many books, carry book a big bag every day. Okay, but when evaluate, but it's not success. That is why they try to change the system. But now the system is still stable. Okay, I know Napason, you're gonna raise something. You're gonna answer something.
I just wanted to answer the questions before that, how we can improve the education, right? So I think that if the educator they use the right learning technique for the students, maybe it might help because I try many ways of study and I found the right technique for me. Not just only learning by remembering, but they need to understand before they can create something new.
It's a good way. That is one thing. I didn't what we call CMU demonstrations to under the what we call under the Chiang Mai University, but CMU demonstration school is out of the what we call Minister of Education. You can see in educational system have the same book, have the same system, but they did things that the student is very unique, right? That is one thing cannot decide by the school. The school in the hill, the school in the near the beach is the same pattern. That is the bureaucracy of the civil servant or the public of education like Thailand. We make everything the same building, same pattern like this. But human is the different, right? This is why if we can create, put empower to the teacher to create the lesson learned for children, it might be better like Finland. I know, but this is very, very what we call controversial issue. If we talk like this, it's never go to the end up in this session. But this is look like action research. Invite someone who is the what we call guru in education, how to improve. Thailand do like this already. But in terms of research, we can do, but in terms of implementation, so very hard. Okay, this is why I don't know. It's not just only about yourself, but need to cooperate with many people outside. Okay. Now we move to the cycle of action research again. From X, okay, from plan X and about research action and go to evaluation. We're gonna go to first. What is the first is plan. Action research start by plan. The first, if we stimulate by practice the student to set up the question. Thai people, I know, Thai student, even though me when I was young, we are very shy. We are not brave or brave heart because we scared, right? Because it look like what we call my generation. You need to be obey, not obedient. Obey for teacher, not against or interact with the teacher. But now generations change already. You need to discuss. Some teacher didn't know everything, right? But in the previous time, we think teacher is look like on the top. You need to obey and respect, right? But now we respect, but we need to give discussion together. The time and the globalization or everything change. The first is develop question. The question of teaching practice is very important. Why we learn about this? Why we learn action research? Why we learn participatory action research? Because this is the a type of qualitative study. It might be your thesis in the future. Maybe, okay, pick up the topic, frame the question. It looks like we set up the question when we interview as well. When we create ultra-structured interview, semi-structured interview, or structured interview, we need to make frame of the question. What is the topic? What we gonna ask about our participant? What we gonna probe or grab about information from them? Develop the question. And after that, develop the sub-question in detail, not just only about big head or what we call about the head of the question. Inside have many detail. You need to develop the sub-question, okay? and after that you need to be explained. Okay, and you can check with teacher review, read, write. Okay, the first is you can see the arrow move here, plan first, plan action. Okay, develop the question to plan research. That is plan. Okay, everything start by plan. If you don't have plan, I go to study master level of OT. I go to study speech language pathologist or master degree. I don't have a plan. I can study 10 years because now Thai government live up about you don't be to retire anything. You can what we call keep about your what we call the credit bank. Okay, you can study all your time, all your life, but it depends on, and you can move to another university. Like if you study Chulalongkorn, you can go to study a little bit. After yeah, you can take exam, that course. You can move that course to composite or deposit with Chiang Mai as well. It depends on now everything change. It means that you need to know about the plan. How long you study. Okay, how long you study? You know, I study around maybe 3 years enough. Speech language pathologist, 3 years enough. Okay, Sorasak, what do you think that you're gonna study OT master level? 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years? Sorasak, sorry, you plan.
I wish
Yeah.
I'm in 2 or 3 years,
Okay.
not much than 3 years in my
Yes.
plan.
Yes. It depends on you as well. Depend on your plan now. The course we call teaching course is might be everything. Every student is the same. Have you pass coursework, but the time you cannot control is the time for do research, right? If you plan your research design fit with situation, I need to back to work. My boss need to pick me up. I don't have a time to do research already. This is why I postpone, extend. Now 5 years already, 6 years, but because the plan, you need to be well designed of your plan. Okay, it's very important. Okay, the second is act. It looks like pen do check act, but it's swap together. Act define about study participant. If inside here, study participant is student or student, okay, because when I decide about action research, I think OT student, right? How to make them to come up with the new, or what we call global citizen. This is the key thing that I do before I gonna come to Chiang Mai University. I teaching 4-year OT student at there. You could remember Sarasak and Q if you stay here. I study with, I try to teach you in English all the time because sometimes we have many OT international students come to study, exchange student a lot, stay with us, not just only 1 month, but 3 months, some swap from Taiwan, from Philippines, from Japan, swap like this all the time because we know the skill in the future is global citizen, right? We need to act, define about the study participant. The second about act is describe about setting of study, classroom or campus, or just only the placement at the hospital, or the new pattern of placement is community, school, OT or speed. Sometimes you need to go to school setting, right? To find about some student or student. They have disorder, some speed, right? You need to help them like that. OT as well. Okay. Type of data collection. Type of data collection. What is the type of data collection? Or you can use about type of data collection. You can just only write text, survey, or just only grab them data collection from interview or something. Okay, research question. use research questionให้ approach. When I study, I think it look like research question now is big umbrella rather than about hypothesis. Hypothesis is look like just to know, to meet about the result or not. But research question help you look like magnetic compass คล้ายกับเข็มทิศ okay, magnetic compass to navigate you to fit with about your design or not. Why we use research question like this? The first, we need to think about professional journal. You need to read about, you need to go to take and grab the knowledge by use field note, go to the field, to the research site. If we cannot, what we call, if we cannot imagine, not just only about the client, but we can see about context, atmosphere of the field note, right? It looks like you play guitar. If you cannot see the real guitar, you cannot play, right? This is very important. You can interview, สัมภาษณ์ you can survey, สำรวจ use audio tape, video tape now, concern about PDPA. This is the lawful in Thailand already. If you can use what about, yes, the blur picture of their identification or classify of them. One day they're gonna sue you to be the court. Presumably, we don't know. The videotape sometimes is very what we call video record now. It's okay if we use in terms of the legal way. It's okay. We use CCTV camera in our car, in our home for protective. Our what we call from the theft or from the people got wrongdoing is the best way. The police officer gonna take about that to evidence for the court to judge something. Now it's very important, but we don't use the videotape for commercial, for anything in terms of your ethic. Timeline, think about timeline as well. Size, reference. Okay, we need to think about when we do something, why we need evidence. Someone know do or not. Do in Finland and do in Thailand is might not the same. Someone did research like this in South Korea, work or not. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it does not work. If to do in Thailand, it's gonna work or not, we don't know. I just know in terms of English program in Cambodia, they what we call they bought from the US 100% to teach Cambodian students, not just only about like in Thailand. We have many gurus in English and teach in online YouTube a lot. We know PM many crew in Thailand, but we still go. But I think to me it's effective more than in the classroom, maybe. But in terms of the formal way, the government or the public need to think about this. If we use the standard something, some standard need to follow with the rights. With about the academy, you need to put money, right? Because you got about the license. It depends on Cambodia now. They what we call they use 100% from the license from the US to do about their kindergarten or primary school. I think in the future it might be better to Thailand or not. That is one of strategy that the government do. In Thailand, we don't know. When we compare, to me, when I was young, I'm not studying in the private school, study in public school. When compare Mongfort Vichalai and Yupalat Vichalai, right? I'm stay here. In terms of proficiency or effective of English, we think Mongfort it might be better, right? Because they are Christianity, right? They come from what we call the root of practice like this. They got Christmas Day or something, but it's can opportunity. But in the real thing, we learn from for take exam. But in the real thing, we need to learn for use. What is the outcome of some program in Thailand? Some program we need in the real, we need to learn for use, common use, right? In the activity of daily living. But in Thailand, we learn because we want to take exam. This is why we cannot use look like when compared to Myanmar. We are not colonized by the UK or the United States, but why they use effective? Because communicate. But we use for take exam. Think about this as well. Okay, side reference. The implement in here we call acts, right? And we need to monitor the action. Okay, when we act or doing in OT, we think we are use art of doing. We did, we do, we act or implement. Okay, and after that, acts still need to be concerned with ethics. When we do something, we create semi-structure, our structure. We need to think about the question might be make them hurt or not, make them hurt or not, make them cry or not. Think about it. When we go to the field, sensitive issue need to be avoid. Your verbal, your writing need to be obtain consent. Give consent form to our participant. Very important. Even though student, then I'm gonna give you something about it. For example, some student can write, but if some student cannot write, why the guardian or the parent need to take part in terms of the consent as well. Ensure that this is cause of minimal risk. Taking risks very small or no risk is better to participant. Okay, we use about we gonna go to research field or to go to action research in the classroom need to approve by IRB. Review board or ethical review need to be approved. Okay, and ensure that privacy of participant can quit or student cannot join even though sign already up to them. They have a free. Okay, it's privacy for them. Okay, key point of consideration or consider is respect. Okay, and beneficence. It's got benefits for the future and justice. มีความยุติธรรม Okay, if we do something, think about the group, another group they didn't do. How to provide another to what we call to compromise them. Okay, okay, think something. Someone can take raise hand up. If my parent or if my participant are in the first grade ก็คือป .1 but cannot read ไม่อ่านหนังสือไม่ได้ the can consent form. Can I obtain verbal consent or not? If I am a researcher, I'm gonna do with action research. Okay, give the consent form. Sign but cannot sign already because just only grade 1. How we gonna do? How we gonna do? Huh? Okay, take parents. Okay, what another? นภัสสร โสรศักดิ์ Natchanan and Gewelin. How we gonna do? Cannot read. Cannot read. อ่านหนังสือยังไม่ได้
พี่นัทยันตอบมา
Okay. Use parent. Okay. But can I use verbal?
I don't think so. I feel like children at that age are not of age to give any consent. So I think it has to be under a older
Supervision.
or an
Yeah,
adult,
supervision.
under supervision in the end. So a verbal consent form doesn't prove anything. I feel like that it doesn't prove that it doesn't give proof. Yes, it's not concrete enough.
If you can use blend together, merge together, use verbal with parent, can do or not? Take the children grade 1, just 6 years old or 7 years old, sit down, and we can read to them or speak to our participant and sit nearby their parent. It's okay or not? Think about it as well. But in terms of this, if the action research had been approved by IRB already, the benefits outweigh the risks, and the research will cause minimal risk. Verbal consent is okay from the first grade. It depends on Thailand. Its first grade is 6 years old. In the previous time, it's 7 years old. But the consent form now, I don't know. In terms of the institution, start by 7. If you not just 7 or beforehand around maybe baby until to 6 years old, need to use under supervision with family, with parent, with guardian. Guardian is mean ผู้ปกครอง. Although when looking the big picture, guardian are also involved, which mean วิธีการ their consent should be required. Their consent should be required. Okay, even though located with the guardian. Okay, looking the big picture, we would like to obtain both consent and maybe talk or speak the verbal consent and write the consent from the parents as well, from their dad and their mom. Make sure that all participant parents know about decision made will no be held against them anything. Okay, that is the agreement between participants. But change that decision will be granted and not held against for participant. Sometimes in Thailand, it might be have what we call the fragile parents does not know about the read, cannot read as well. This is our issue. Sometimes we can use in our country, take the leader of the village to know the third way, okay? Even though all their relative, if the parent cannot read, not well educated, okay, cannot sign. You sign something is mean involved with the contact, right? But you can break the contact in consent, not business, but ethic can break because we are participant. Okay, this is why in Thailand it's likely to be easily way to do after we approved by IRB. The process is likely to easy. Go to interview, go to the research site, very easy way compared to European country, the United States, or the Western country. I interview with the British people, just only 1 month, 1 people. Take very long time. Because the first is appointment. They don't have a time for you. And that is, you are the second choice. They got priority work. But in Thailand, if we go to research site, we make a point already, our participants come. Okay, I done in Doi Law sub-district and Doi Law district. We invite around maybe 300 elderly people. They come, older people. And in terms of the people with disability, we go to their home. They stay waiting up. But if in European country and if they located in the United States, sometimes they even is appointment already. Sometimes they postpone. But in here, it looks like we are failing. But we need to not what we call make them heard. Think about to preserve benefit for them. Okay, important. The action research. The first we plan act, and the next is the third is observe. Analyze data. If you correct already, it's ongoing process that begin as soon as researchers start collecting. when we go to, we need to not just only about, or we need to observe as well. Each time you collect data, should try to make time, review what you have and reflect on. When I interview with the people with disability, we think that how gonna help them, even though we are researchers, if we know in terms of advocacy, the lack of ID card, what we call disabled ID card, if they receive, they should be received as well. If they receive, they're gonna give welfare, pension, something. Okay. As you read through your note, you may find a new insight. If you interview already, you might listen in your headphone, even though you transcribe already with verbatim already. Even though you hire student, you hire your some people, but you need to read and listen, okay? And we'll point you toward area you're gonna explore further, okay? That is observe and monitor. The last thing is reflect, analyze all information, gather from your data sources, make sense. Why we have to reflect, it means that you're gonna outsider, put yourself to be insider. What is the meaning of analysis? What the meaning of that message we collect from our participant, apply finding into classroom? What is the key issue? Make change based on data result. After change has been made, divide new question and restart a cycle. It will be a cycle, refresh cycle like this. Now that I do with the team, not just only physical dysfunction field, with all of pediatrics, with mental health, and with about elderly and community, we're gonna use about OTPF from the physical dysfunction and give to another view to be reshaped with relevant with about your specialty in terms of pediatrics, mental health, and elderly people with community. That is we share together, because we need to revise and develop the cycle until to be the best way for children. Okay, how is educator be able to researcher and educator simultaneously? Sometimes we think, to me, I'm an educator. Sometimes I think I am a researcher. Two roles in here. Even though you are not okay, got not registration research ID. In the real, we got research ID. If you to be the real researcher in the global citizen, you got ID or not now? You have ORCID ID? You have ORCID ID? Oh, not yet. Nachanan, Napason, Sarasak, Evelyn, you got ORCID ID or not? ORCID ID. Not about ORCID flower, ORCID ID. It looks like when you read the paper, you can see the dot is the green. You can see the green dot located in your name. In the up to your name, read, you can see. That is we call, if we click, even though in the PDF file, it's go to ID, about your ID. In the future, ORCID ID.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The one that's in
the green light, the green
light with the names in the research, right?
Yes, that is we call ORCID ID.
ORCID ID.
ORCID ID is look like your ID in your passport. Presumably, listen me, Napason, Sarasak, and Gelvin. ORCID ID, it look like ID in your passport. When you go to the research world, it means located in the paper that we call publisher or article. It look like the country that you go. Presumably, you got a research idea already, but I try to publication or publishing in article we call dysphagia. Dysphagia is the Q1, but based on the US is this is dysphagia. But after that, they review me and accept. They're gonna, what is your research ID, ORCID ID? I gonna publish in dysphagia publication. But that publication, what we call, that is the country that we go. We use ORCID ID, go to publication. Okay? In the future, you need to do ORCID. You need to get ORCID ID and stay with yourself your life all your life. Cannot change. It look like your passport ID. Okay? นักภาษา you got or not now? Dr. Supat got already. Hello? นักภาษา
Yes.
You got ORCID ID, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. It look like the green. Okay. It look like the green. Then I gonna show you if I have a time. Okay. Sorosang and Kevin
Okay.
in the future as well. You need to make ORCID ID. Okay.
Okay.
You have something. Okay. By this is the role of researcher as well. Just being, if now the researcher, the student would run the classroom, we stay in the classroom. Since you are the researcher, now in the view, you become to look like me, like educator, see our student, how you improve their study, how you make OT CMU or speed language preparatory student in CMU to touch the global citizen, to touch about the learning outcome, to meet learning outcome. That is the view of educator. The view of researcher is that the classroom or now we learn here. We think that what is the mechanism inside, how you help, how to boost them. What is about the strategy? Researcher is not only able to provide any input, but just observer as well. Think about outside as well. Compared to MU, compared to Srinakarin Teravilot, or compared to outside country as well. Educator would not analyze situation through the lens of researcher, but sometimes we use both lens. To me, it's very complicated. Sometimes I'm educator now. I need to educate. Sometimes I do something look like a researcher. Think about like this. It depends on your role. Okay. Conclusion: be yourself, honest to yourself. Then start your finding, recording data. But to be honest, in the future, some of you here, or online or on demand, some people here become to educator in the future, right? You might be continue to study PhD, someone go to abroad to continue, or someone study PhD in Thailand and become to educator as well. Don't forget about in terms of become to be researcher. The subjects would be made to column, journal, and site of inference. One for the fact, and this way for able to be researcher and to be educator. Researcher and educator in the future. Now you didn't teach student, you might not know, or you may not know a lot. But if you teach a little bit, like Gewalin, you have experience to teach student. We look like we are parents, we are dad, we are mom. We want to give about, look like about the knowledge to them. We want them to be growth like that, to be progress. That is look like we teach the patient. We want the patient to be better, to progress about their disease, to can move, to can eat, something like that. Role of teacher and educator. Teacher role within the framework is not just transmit knowledge from expert to novice. Novice ก็คือคนที่อะไรครับมือใหม่หรือเด็กเหมือนกับ students in the uniform way, but rather than to help learner, student active explore their own question, cultivate critical thinking skill, or on which they will need to draw through their life. But this quotation mark by Frog and Boomerang 2005, page 6 is powerful, later than me. If we think like this, we look like we got a good power. I don't know, in Chiang Mai, they got some radio advertisement หาปลาให้ฉัน1 ตัวฉันมีกินไป1 วัน I still remember ครับสอนให้ฉันตกปลาฉันสามารถหาปลาได้ตลอด if you teach the student can catch the fish, not just only feed the fish for the children or your baby or your kid. If you teach the magazine or the know-how, it means that is educator need to do like that. But in Thailand, it's very hard. Like Thailand is like I don't know your experience or not. If you have some kid, they're waiting, you feed. We need to enable them to find something by themselves. But the moment or the atmosphere in Thailand, maybe it's very hard to open opportunity to the student, not student in the university, okay? The student no opportunity to find something because the protocol from the government until to the school like that, okay? We need to cultivate, ปลูกฝัง cultivate, make the children or student to be the critical thinking, become to be a thinker. If we cannot change like this, Thailand or Thai people, for a long time, we cannot live out from the tier 3 or tier 2 in to be developing country, because we not cultivate the children or student to be creator. We mobilize them to be user. To me, I want to see in the future, need to see about our Thai citizen like a thinker, creator, rather than the user. We know everything about the app, but what is the real app from Thai people to do? We know about everything, what we call invention, innovation. After that, what going on? Innovation, the real innovation used and applied come from abroad, right? Just only tuk car brand from Thailand. I don't know. It's just only about metaphor. How we make a Thai student to be creator rather than user. เราไม่ได้สร้างเด็กไทยหรือสมัยก่อนเราไม่ได้สร้างให้คนไทยเป็นผู้ผลิตเป็นผู้สร้าง innovator แต่เราสร้างคนไทยให้เป็น user เราเลยใช้อะไรเยอะมากเลยแต่เราไม่ได้สร้างคนที่สร้างนวัตกรรมขึ้นมา This is why Chiang Mai University and most top 5 or top 10 university in Thailand now move about innovation. Okay, role of teacher and educator or educator is like this. The first is plan. The role is explore area, which information can gain in order to become more effective teacher and educator. Chiang Mai is quite a good luck. They got about the faculty of education. Chulalongkorn we call faculty of pedagogy. Okay, ครูศาสตร์ This is we call ศึกษาศาสตร์ education, faculty of education. Okay, we need to cultivate. I know about senior from faculty member try to mobilize, become that the teacher is very important. And in implementation phase, solution or model of observation or practice joint reflection between teacher and researcher. Mutual supplement each other. Researcher and teacher need to be combined together, need to be share knowledge together. That is very important for move something new for our student or student. Observe introductory work, they are to do include observation and or practice with the question on the basic of deep in focus. And the last one, we need to reflect what going on, what is the response. Actual practice reflect on through the analysis. They examine new solution model for action. I know everyone know about กำเนิด with school. Someone know กำเนิด with school is under the PTT station, PTT of ปตท. Petroleum แห่งประเทศไทย They got the model from Mahidol วิทยานุสรณ์ In Mahidol University, we don't have the faculty of pedagogy. We don't have the faculty of the education. Because we immerse or establish from the faculty of medicine and expand from the health until now. We don't have about the faculty of the law, but we teach students to be just only scientists. Okay. After that, we set up about Mahidol วิทยานุสรณ์ and after that, Mahidol วิทยานุสรณ์ student can compete with อุดมศึกษา Now is the model to PTT to make a กำเนิดวิทย์ กำเนิดวิทย์ is under support by PTT, but they use everything about resources, make the student to be creator. That is the model. But in terms of the creator, in terms of the innovation and scientists, but lack of art. This is why now they try to put music and art inside, not just only about the science, but we have still art as well. Okay. 5 core position before we're going to go to the part or participatory action research. Teacher or educator are committed to student and their learning. The second, educator know subject, teach and how to teach those subjects to their student. To me, if I don't know the real relevant with about something, I'm not expert everything. I just know about my specific field. To me, the first time this is the real when I back to move from Mahidol to Chiang Mai University. I stay and participate in the field of mental health. If mental health in outside the hospital or in community in Nam Phrae, I feel better because I know I use something my specialized and I'm familiar with. If located in terms of the what we call what about the name of medicine, the name of something inside of Suan Prung hospital, I might be what we call difficult to engage, to tackle with the nurse or something because we know our limit. Okay, when go to outside with Ajahn Thiam at that time, if stay in Suan Prung, I try to feel that this is not my special. I think about that. Everyone not perfect, but everyone know about your specialized. You need to know about your capacity about this. Teacher, educator need to responsible for managing and monitor student learning. We need to take exam. We need to know about after exam. Someone got D, someone got C, how to make them in the future. Okay, and respond with we call TQF2, TQF1 until to 3QF7. TQF คือ มค. Okay, TQF7 is the big picture of the program. TQF5 for fieldwork. TQF4 for reflect for course of learning. Teacher and educator need to think about systematically about their practice and learning from and learn from experience. And the last one, we are member of learning community. I never think that I still practice myself. If I don't know about physical dysfunction field, I need to take and learn with Dr. Pia, Dr. Pisak, Dr. Jananya, Dr. Piraya, or the group of physical dysfunction because it's still updated. In you as well, speech language pathologists, you need to learn with your community of speech language pathologists from Lama Tripati, from CMU, from Dr. Jeff, and you as well. If you specialize in the future, you need to learn with your group and make you change your thing. Okay. The next, this is the big topic, move from the classroom to community. Why we use participatory action research in the community? Because it's not just only education, but need to change. This is the limitation. Why to be participatory? Not just only about teacher. We still have many people act as about collaborator to be changed about something in community or in social, need participatory action research. It's collaborative process of research. In hospital or some area we call โครงการ project, change something. But if we do with about research, we call participatory action research. We use the short name is PAR, P-A-R, PAR. Not just only education, but need to be action explicit oriented toward social transformation. We need to move social, even though it's not work in this project, but still go on. Take time. Rome was not built on one day. We move society. We need to wedding and change from people, from generation to generation. Okay, involve researcher, participant working together. It's not just only educator and student already, or teacher and researcher already, but together we can do together incredible thing, in challenging thing, to beat or to tackle with obstacle or tackle with problem of situation, to examine problematic situation. Most of PAR can unlock the problem situation. Now I just know, but it's so very quite big. I join a little bit, but I take about because I think I'm not expert. The big project of our university is 2.5 p.m. In the first time, Dr. Piria give me the mission to join with Dr. Hathai Chanok, but bye-bye. I don't have experience and not expert in terms of 2.5. OT gonna check about cognition, something after people absorb with Dutch, Dutch. But the process is take time. Collaborate, not just only OT, PT, RT, MT, physician, outside people in the area, outside got burned, anything. I think it's very complicated. Okay, cannot control. That is look like PAR. Okay, but they're gonna move like that to sit to stop 2.5 p.m. I don't know. 2.5 p.m. still located in Chiang Mai this year to next year or not. Okay, now in winter season already. Participatory action research has 3 key elements. The first is people. The second is the power. And the third is the movement we call praxis. If we cannot move, we just have people and power. It's just only about some paper. You can publication, but the social cannot move. Just ivory tower. The real action, participatory action research need to move, mobilize the social or community to sit or to stop the problem, something. Okay. Participatory action research purpose of PAR is foster the capacity of community, development, empowerment, access, social justice, and participation. That is the key issue. People, power, and praxis, PPP. Okay, not MMM, man, money, but we use PPP. Okay, not 3 ป. Okay, sorry. Involve a cyclic process of research, reflection, and action. And problem is significant in terms of the problem located in the society. Presumably, like some village got the problem of toxic from what we call from use about toxic chemical because they grow and harvest and they use like this. In Merim district, to me, I'm was born in Merim district in Chiang Mai. When I was young, I just eat a little bit. Now I never eat strawberry in Merim. Why? นภัสสร why สรศักดิ์ why เกวลิน why and why I didn't eat I don't want to eat even though you give me strawberry for Mary why sorry
the process how to grow
yes huh? Not one they got predecessor or they got pesticide toxic chemical when they grow strawberry. My wife just last week, she went to Pang district. She hoped that she gonna buy orange, สายน้ำผึ้ง 10 kg back to Mary and to give to my relative. After she back from Pang, no orange from her. You know why? Because she know the process of growing orange in Phang district with about the health provider at Phang already. Even though Phang people don't like to eat orange. When I was young, Phang district, they didn't grow orange at all. They grow lychee or linji. Now they use about orange because they export a lot, high value, high chemical toxic as well. Same strawberry in Mary. Okay, that is why I didn't eat. But when I went to lecture Japan in Tokyo University, I eat strawberry every day because it's very so yummy. It's very quite big. No pesticide, no toxic. Okay, my son follow me as well. He didn't eat, even though Mary got strawberry well, the strawberry fair, anything. I didn't eat. Okay. I don't know. The tourists go to Merim. Merim is many have tourist destination a lot, and they bought strawberry. They can carry out strawberry and eat. Be careful that it's a toxic. Okay, this is why the problem in location I cannot change because I don't know if my friend try to grow strawberry. No toxic, no use pesticides, anything. Strawberry just small, not red. And after that, cannot eat. Okay, because everything inside because the insect go in strawberry. Okay, this is the pattern. If we know the issue, why it look like a curve? Because the problem in society, the problem is not just go to the end up. It takes time. Issue after that action, observe, initial plan. We need to use. We know about the issue with strawberry toxic. We need to plan. Action, observe. You can see the farmer know it use this way. If I use you about your what we call everything is organic. What is the profit? They don't have the profit. Okay, everything green. What is the money for serve our family? Think about this. It's very hard, right? This is go to observe. And after that, reflect about informed plan. Is why it not work. Go again, action. Observation, reflection, informed plan, action, observation. After that, the cycle. This is the originates to be doi come. Doi come now. I don't know. What do you think 100% is organics? Veggie or not? Do you know how do you make sure that that is organic? Stamp, right? Have something third party outside to check. Have something to be approved. If we can approve by ourselves, we don't know. In Mejam district that I gonna go, Mejam, they make a corn or maize a lot. And what we call like cabbage. Everything full with toxic. My friend, he he got a young brother, graduate from major university, but don't have anything to do, just only grow a maize and corn and some vegetable, life a generation from generation. But he makes something new. He agree with Okaju owner, I'm gonna send you my products, agriculture product. It's a organic, 100%. And he make a something organic farm and send to Okaju. Subsidize support to Okaju in Chiang Mai now. And we make sure that that is the organics, okay? And check with monitor, with CCTV, everything, don't use about the toxic or pesticide. This is one. And how much Okaju, when you make a one plate, one dishes, one dish, yes, 300 baht above. High profit, make a high value, high ingredient. Sometimes select some favorite people, or sometimes one month, one time go to joy. Not every day. Every day still go to fresh market. Toxic, right? This is one thing. It's very hard to change the pattern of Chiang Mai people. We got research paradigm in the previous time we call old-fashioned or traditional research paradigm. Emphasize on learning about research subject. But participant or participatory, joy participate, action research need to learn from learning about research subject. It looks like you think about thinking, learn about learning to make change, right? It looks like objective and subjective value, but in the real of participatory action research is subject experience, and subject is the value. Sometimes experience with fail, it's okay. Now Thai people call sandbox. Sandbox. We do something like, okay, we do like this. We try to experiment in terms of the economic. After it's collapse in sandbox. Don't disturb everyone. The organization need to do like this. If we don't do like this, nobody have the creativity. Because sandbox, because we need to do something a little. If it's work, we need to expand. But if we follow from another people, it's not your career, it's not your context. It might not work. We don't know. Presumably in the previous time, Thailand never let the trout fish, trout in Thailand. But now we can make trout fish. In the future, I think we can let the salmon. You may call salmon, but it's the real thing, salmon. But salmon is not now, but in the future it's possible. If we can give the salmon fish to fishermen in or to people to make look like about the every household can let the salmon. What's going on? You can make a sushi or to do something very clean, modern. Now we got salmon from not from Thailand, from outside country. Thailand Bay or Thai Gao, we don't have salmon. Why? We very what we call very hard. Salmon is lay the egg on the mountain or the creek. After that, go to the sea, go to the ocean. When need to lay the egg, back from the ocean, go to the mountain. Someone can go to the river and go to the sea. Very weird. But in Thailand, we don't have, right? It looks like located in the European country, in the United States. The polar bear like to be make a loophole to catch up the salmon to eat, right? But in Thailand, if we can make like this, it might be fresh, modern, and very cheap. Okay. Researchers act a professional in the previous time in terms of the traditional paradigm, research paradigm, but participatory action research. Researcher must be an insider. We are not the leader. We are the same cohort with people in community to move together. Okay. Subject have one role and research subject, but subject in participatory research is maybe dual role, multi-task role. It depends on their capacity as a researcher as well. This is open. It looks like the flat. It looks like community based. No doctor to dominate, but participatory action research as well. Because it's not go to the end up, because the researcher, because group of people move together and change the society. Subjects are passive object of study, do not contribute to research process a lot, just only the passive, okay? But subject in PAR or PAR is active, involved, conceptualize, design, implementation, interpretation, and research study. They feel they are the owner as well. But in terms of research paradigm in the previous or old-fashioned, subject or our participant, they are not the owner of the research project. They are just only participant, right? But participatory action research, they feel they are the owner because they need to change, move society together. Traditional paradigm lens itself is control, experimental research. It looks like a spark diode lab located in the room. We are just observer, we just test. But here, participatory action research paradigm, lens is quality ethnographic study and thinks about study of disability experience, how to help them, how to improve them, how to mobilize the society. Okay, research agenda shape professional and socio-political thought, but about PAR or PA research agenda influenced directly by the concern many constitution or many institutions, including end-use service. Research agenda need to be strengthened or underpinned by the group of participants, the group of participatory, because this is the benefit for society, for community, for all, not just only for researchers. Okay, this is why it's very important about the paradigm of traditional research and the participatory action research. So participatory action research is collaborative research, education, action used together, information used to change society or social issue or change environment. It involves people who are concerned about effect by issue, take a lead role, producing and using know about it. Somebody you can take a grant, research grant from in Thailand, what else? Another need to change life, reduce how to make Thai people to reduce to quit smoke, or some or some organization how to make a Thai people reduce about accident in Songkran festival, in New Year festival. Songkran and New Year make Thai people loss of life. It looks like a war. British troops sent to Kandahar, sent to Iraq, near 7 years or near 5 years. They lost of life just only 400. 7 years, 400 to lost their life. But Thailand, 7 days, dangerous. In Songkran festival, near 500 lost their life. In big war, right? This is why how to reduce, that is the campaign part in So. History of participatory action research is the came from because the psychologists and jurists, refugee from Nazi Germany, they moved immigrants because they suppressed and oppressed by Nazi Germany. Would you remember the Second World War, long time, and we may see in the future Third World War or not from the Ukraine war. Okay, embody the philosophy that people would more motivated about their work, be motivated about our work involved with decision making and how workplace was run. This is why they need to emancipate from oppressed from the dictatorship is located from it, because the social movement is very important. Introduce action research first, and after that to be participatory action research. The problem, the segregation and discrimination. Discriminate. This is Jew, or what we call, this is Nazi, what we call German, that is Europe or not Europe or not Asia, that is discriminate. And assimilation, assist people, help people in resolve issue. I still know that, I don't know, now in Thailand we try to respect LGBT or LGBTI, the rule of regulation. I don't know, this is near approved already by the member of the Parliament of Thailand. In the previous time, presumably, if you marry with LGBT and you stay in Phuket, sometime stay in Phuket, your boyfriend or your girlfriend need to go to operate surgery. In the previous time, you cannot sign anything. You need to call for their parent, fly from Chiang Mai to Phuket and sign. After that, pass away already. And now the regulation will be used this way. Give authority to about the couple of gay LGBT. After that, you become to look like husband and wife. You can sign look like a female and male. Operate, go to do serious thing on time. In the previous time, just only about the certificate, just so certificate about wedding, but the real is not implement in terms of the judicial or in terms of the legal way. Now it's gonna be approved by legal way. I don't know, it depends on member of the parliament. Now they call for, we call Pride campaign, right? Okay, this is why they need to be shared about the impact of this particular chain. Original idea continue to influence researcher and to organize their work and report cycle step, which includes observing, reflecting, acting, evaluating, and modifying. Introduce the term of action to be with participatory action research. This is the well-known. If you know, his name is Paulo, not Paulo Rossi, Paulo Fair. Someone know Paulo Rossi because he is the football player. Paulo Fair, I don't know now. I didn't watch the FIFA World Cup. I know just about Portugal cannot beat Morocco. Morocco go to the post of the team, right? To be, I don't know. Morocco is maybe of some another team. Paulo Fair, he is the best well-known of influence world. He is a pedagogy of oppressed in Brazilian at that time, Paulo Fair. If you study about the education, educator know Paulo Fair. That is originate, become to participatory or participation, participatory action research, establish and emerge for movement because oppressed, suppressed, that share vision society, free to freedom, free and domination. This is why participatory action research located in the Second World War until to Cold War, to emancipate, to freedom something, because the society need to designate their direction by themselves, not just from dictatorship, not just from the ruler, okay, like Thai people, okay. Look, you can see the movement in China Republic, mainland of China. Chinese government try to use everything, the regulation to make zero COVID, but people cannot do anything, even though burn and fire in the apartment because lockdown. The police officer unlock the key, don't open anyone to outside. this and fly in the apartment make some people die a lot and pass away a lot. This is why they go to the movement on the street. And now the government of the China try to release about COVID zero. They plan already, okay? Because the movement, participatory action research is the form of qualitative research that seek to understand human experience. We seek to understand why they do like this. Presumably, we went to the hill, go to see the hill tribe, Chao Khao, why they grow in terms of what we call the paddy field. It look like about the stairway. All we know because the landscape is look like this. They grow with about the pattern of the experience from generation to generation. It look like the knowledge sent to the knowledge. This is we observe. And if it's okay, we didn't change. If they do something, they do because they use about the pesticide, they do some not organic and make them to be what we call sick and got a disease a lot, and how to make them to be changed. In the previous time, we know about the what we call self-care of the hill type. The hill type no toilets, right? In the previous time, it's very hard to stop to create the toilet for the hill type. Generation for us 20 years ago joined the team we call ASA to the hill type to create the toilets for the hill type in the top of the mountain, but they didn't use the toilet. They still go to the creek and the river and try to do everything look like about the toileting in the river all the time. They didn't change until now. We educate them, move them a lot, and not just only the generation change to generation. Now you can see that Thai got the toilets already, right? We need to preserve about their health, prevent and protect about some disease, diarrhea or something. Okay, even though about dengue fever, we give something to protect about dengue or something, or for mosquito in the jungle or something. Need to be likely to be changed. This is why we know and understand experience. Go beyond understanding. Take constructive action. Listen me, take constructive action. Constructive action need to be what we call is located in ethic, located with the good thing. How do you know that is the good thing? If we change the pattern, go to the toilet, they still go to the river. It's still what we call it still make something poison, deteriorate of the river, right? Still make a disease. Diarrhea gonna stay located on the river. But effect to us in Chiang Mai, because the top of the mountain is the originate of the river. This is made to look like domino. This is why we need to be changed, make constructive action to ameliorate difficulty, to emancipate difficulty, เพื่อให้มันหลุดออก to lift up something. Often oppressive situation. If someone look like dictatorship control something, why they held together in community to change their social life. Okay, this is part. Research part approach include both documenting and specific problem based on problem. Okay, active working toward solve the problem. The problem in the previous time is most of Q type they're pregnant, even though still young. Pregnant because the first no condom in the hill tribe, and after that we have the barrier to teach the husband or wife to use the condom, because I don't know, the culture is different. We use the condom in another way. Presumably we would put the condom in the thumb. After that the husband do like that in the thumb, but still pregnant. Do you know what this mean? Napason, it's very hard to make understand. It's clear like this. And after that, it's going to be change. Okay. Participatory action research is have the three pillars. The first is participant or participation or participatory life in society. Moral right, world, communication, education is participatory. Now we is the same already. Some area in the Hill Thai community, they know they don't have electricity. Now electricity is generated by solar cell, solar farm already. Not limitation. They still have the truck, have bike a lot. Now they some Hill Thai village is the tourist destination. They grow tea. We can see them in Doi Pui or something. The household family is better. Quality of life is better. Action, experience. In the previous time, they grow opium. You know opium, right? Pukfin. Now they change to be look like a fruit product. You can go, you can eat peas, you can eat plum, some strawberry, right? Okay. Action, experience. Okay. Sensation, emotion, practice, and technique. This is something we need to put effort to be shared, educate them, know skill of them, share skill to be experienced or experiential learning. Sensation together, emotional together, something that we need to preserve. Like they make what we call the chai san. We don't change something about their culture because that is moral support. Something is look like their what we call look like religion. We need to be preserve them, let them to do what about they want to attach with their life because pave their way. Okay, research, mind and thought. Think about science, not just only art. Science, reason. What is the reason, meaning, and it look like epistemology, participatory action research. The key principle to point out or to meet the goal of participatory action research, they got like this. The first principle, the first is commitment. If we work a team, if we don't have a commitment with the team, it look like you marry. You don't want to be backtaker. I don't want to love anyone, just only you. If I do something, please the paradise or please the what we call please the something to kill me or something. Don't do that. But we got commitment to participation. Ordinary people as the co-researcher, they are become to be your friend, to co-work together, co-worker together. Because we do like this, because we need to move them better. Respect for the knowledge of participant. This is why some knowledge is local knowledge. It's the wisdom of the land, wisdom of the area. Sometimes we don't know. Now it's still like class together about 2:5 p.m. The local knowledge burn harvest system, make nitrogen in scientific research, make nitrogen in the soil, right? And easy to destroy some what we call something is look like about spoil or something like that. But in the real, got carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide located in the air and make 2.5 in Chiang Mai. In Chiang Mai, most is 2.5 come from is a dust, come from the plant. But in Bangkok, come from the car or motorcycle. It's different, right? Okay. In Chiang Mai, not just only burn or harvest system in Chiang Mai, but in outside country, in Myanmar, cross border to Chiang Mai as well, what we call hotspot, right? It's very hard to solve this problem, but we need to, okay, encourage people. Don't burn, don't fry a forest because you want to got a mushroom. In the previous time, Chiang Mai people think if you make something about the what we call the forest fire and come to the rain season, you got a mushroom we call head pop. But now that is not the new knowledge. That cannot. Scientific proof already. Okay. Need to clarify about this. They're still stuck with their belief. Could I don't know. My mom or my dad still believe that if forest fire a lot that year, after that go to the rain season, they're gonna get about the new mushroom a lot. But in the real, it's not located about or involved with the fire. Okay, mutual learning among participants. Mutual learning among participants. We need to learn with the villager, share ideas, share knowledge, attend to need marginal life, and this empower group and people. When we work with people got fragile, we call กลุ่มเปราะบาง or marginalized, we know about in OT, we call about occupational injustice. We need to make justice, invite them to join. In Thailand, we still have a lot of problem about minimum wage. I don't know the scale if we make a minimum wage into 600 baht. It's affect not just only about the entrepreneur. It's affect too about Myanmar, Laos, PDR become to a labor in Thailand as well. That is the big issue and sensitive issue between political crisis. I don't know. I cannot go about in this. Action to promote social justice. EOT is look like occupational justice. We promote justice. Justice is we need to go and keep in appropriate way. Okay, for those marginalized and people, other people like them. Some people located in the huge type, lack of subsidized, lack of resource. We need to help them. Okay, people disabled people, lack of ID card, lack of disabled card, they cannot get to the welfare, go to the hospital free like that. Key goal of CAR is produce practical knowledge. You know what is practical knowledge and theoretical knowledge? CAR use practical knowledge rather than theoretical knowledge. Theoretical knowledge sometimes it look like located on ivory tower. It cannot do anything. Just only the knowledge. Knowledge cannot apply. Practical knowledge can apply to practice. This is why we call practical. Okay, presumably I intervene with the older people. Make cooking by resourcing veggie in the local veggie to do something that they're very familiar with. In another way, I use iPad or iPhone, practice her about something, about what we call about dexterity, about hand movement. In terms of knowledge, it might be knowledge, it look like a same because knowledge in terms of about dexterity and movement of the finger, we need to about movement to active, right? But in terms of practical, we use about resources, raw resource in their community, in their local area is practical. Rather than we use another, okay? That is might be not maybe in terms of the theoretical, but in terms of something they didn't use in terms of their life. Is not familiar with them. Okay? About the key is take action, make knowledge valuable. Because knowledge in ontology is located in everywhere. We just only change, adapt, modify mind to understand. Sometimes need take time to be changed. Like about use toxic chemical, why they use it? Because they want to earn money a lot, get money a lot. They want to be about product or fruit very beauty, but come from toxic. It's dangerous, very beautiful, but toxic, what's going on. Think about this, okay? To be transformative, both socially, for individual to take part. We very hard in terms of big society like in Bangkok or in Chiang Mai, but in terms of area, small area, transformative, transform. It look like change and transform is not the same. It's slightly near. Transform look like we transform. Transform it look like positive way. Change maybe go to positive and negative, right? Make change sometimes we don't know, but we make to transform. It might be we still learn something. We still have what is the resources? What is the raw material? We transform the fruit. Have a lot of product, but low, but we call low, not low quality. But if the villager have many fruit like this, it's the same. Like what we call, they got durian. We need to transform durian to be crispy durian. Look like French fry to keep a long time. Make something to be transformed durian. Look like banana in Kamphaeng Phet, what we call Kamphaeng Phet district, province. We eat banana. Now banana, many banana located in Kamphaeng Phet, right? Even though chocolate banana, Kamphaeng Phet, right? Crispy banana in Kamphaeng Phet. This is transformed to be add value in that way. Okay, that is we call transform. We cannot change the pattern. Something like in Lamphun, Chiang Mai, San Patong, Gilberlin Stay, Lam Yai or Long Gong. Okay. Now they change a little bit in terms of to be what we call just only a dry in dry Long Gong. Long Gang. Long Gong is look like a fruit from the south. Long Gang in the term of English we call Long Gang is Lam Yai, right? We transform it to be add value. If we eat Long Gang every day, I think no, I know, but you're sweet, make a bloodstream sugar high. But after that, change to be in Lamphun. I saw in Lamphun, they got noodle with Long Gong. With Long Gang inside, it's very yummy. Have you ever tasted it? Ever eat it? It's very yummy. And in Suan Dok street, I see some noodle shop. They put Long Gang inside as well. This is transform something. Okay. The next strength of Pa. Pa is not success if we don't receive about the strength of participation. We need about collaboration of strength. The first is strong value oriented, but it look like go very slowly. I have some proverb. If you want to go alone, you go fast. If you want to go stronger and longer, you go together. You know what I mean? But it's go far, but not far. But sometimes in this situation, we need to go far and fast. I don't know. I just have the proverb. We want to go far and fast. How do you use about the strategy to move fast and far? If we need to go far, we go together. If we need to go fast, you go alone, right? How we go fast and far? Think about this. After that, if you something, in this case, part. Sometimes it's very complicated because not just only about your control, but still member of the village joy, member of the civil officer joy. A lot of things need to move together. Seek to address issue of significance. It soon be pollution. Use part research to stop pollution. Waste kayak. How do you solve the problem? Where is the location? Because it's involved with people in the community, in the village. because the waste, the recycle bin, because participants are not subject of the research, rather than active contributor, right? Every household family need to separate. That is the waste, the yellow waste located here, the green for this litter or for this waste, and the white for this about the grass or something like that. Need to separate and classify about this. Rebuild individual capacity and to creative actor on the world while being active participant in meaningful decision making. I likely to be not just only admire Japanese tradition come to the community. In Japanese way, when they got retired already, you 60, right? You have to responsibility, take responsible. You are responsible for take care the samurai kid. Samurai kid is your son and your kid. Go walk, wear a hat, got a bag, go to school. By walk, every corner, got the old man retired already to inspect, to help, to raise the flag, to protect the kid, samurai kid across the street, go to the school. It's very hard in Thailand about this. I think this is the tradition, send generation to generation and make society to be better, right? Rebuild individual, the capacity. Everyone got the value. But in Thailand, we have look like extended family. But in the real of society, we separate, right? It's very hard to think about in the future because it looks like it's separate a lot. Even though stay in the family, same family, right? We just only the screen of mobile phone, don't talk anything, just touch screen, talk with another people outside our family, right? Maybe in Bangkok, maybe in Chonburi, don't talk with your family member anything. This is, I don't know, is the pattern change a lot. I come to Chiang Mai in the mill, not in Wabi shop. I said to a couple, take the boy. This is maybe their son. The guy order cappuccino, and another of the couple of the female order some what we call chocolate, ice chocolate, and the boy order the milk, but they don't talk together. Everyone got mobile phone. 3 of people, same family. It's gonna be like this, okay? If we rebuild something, look like okay, when we go home, okay, no, we know situation, we need to use phone, maybe make a mission work something, okay. This is the quality of time. I repeat again, this is the quality of time. You need to pay attention for your family, okay. It's going to be better to engage with your son, your wife, your husband, your grandpa, grandma. That is the family time. It's very important to do something. But now it's going to be change everything. I just scare I just not scare. I just do one. If eretics have collapsed in Bangkok, even though we stay in a big family, it's come together because it's darkness. After turn on the light, everyone go to disperse. Come to every room, to your personal area. When the darkness come together, this is the pattern of Bangkok as well. I don't know in Chiang Mai as well. Empowerment to oppressive, to oppress individual, to help them. Consciousness rising. Challenge of the PA. The first is when we do PA. PA is diversity, มีความหลากหลาย meaning because not just only about our professional, not health provider like speech language pathologists or occupational therapists. We need to share and listen to another professional, villager people, and some people join look like a leader, conclude community member, research team, commitment together and divergence of perspective. Because we have different background. Perspective is not go to convergent, it's divergent. But it's good way. We need to listen because we do not just only small thing, we do a big thing for move society. Issue of power imbalance. Sometimes it's not your specific specialty, but you need to join. If it's near your like to move about health, OT, speed, can or nurse. But if about policy, maybe people who look like about the leader of the village know about the situation. Policy maker something. Access to community of interest. It's very important to preserve about the assets or resources of community. If we change something, it's effect to everyone. If it's positive, it's better. If it's negative, what's going on? Right? This is effect. I used to join something in here. It looked like PA. Gathering, could you remember at that time we try to move. Jantiam need to do this land. This is not the land for Jantiam, but the land for Nam Phe. It's near the graveyard, near Pasha. But gonna make something for share together. You can see here, exercise in the evening, in the morning. The area for health, but the area still is the dry land. How to move like this to be a flower, to be something to do activity with the community member here. Okay, especially about the elderly people and people with disability at home. Okay, got a leader from Suan Pung Hospital, some people outside organization or non-organization join, NGO join, and team in our faculty member from Chiang Mai University join to help together. Okay, this is the employee part. Okay, collection has been used make relationship with community community meeting. I know about the mayor and the deputy mayor of the Nam Phe. We know about the some civil servant or officer in municipality of Nam Phe. We know about some health provider in community hospital. And we need to focus group of them, make a mind map, and participant observe, make a few notes. It depends on, you can use just only focus group like that, or interview. I use interview with my project with student as well, and individual interview, and personal, family, community, and daily personal logs and resource mapping. Sometimes we use look like about we combine with about our approach of subject of OT. We call community subject is 451. I still remember that we go to this area as well, and now we move to on time, and the Dr. Team still use this area for make about community-based practice as well, not just only placement. Okay, testimonial, we can use timeline analysis, public dialogue, engage with state authority, investor. Sometimes we can invite, at that time, I still go to with Ajahn Thiam, we invite some outside, look like they got about public organization. They set up about what we call to create for the local people, because they got about the land manufacturing or make a factory in Nam Phe, invite them to join, how to move society together, because at the factory, most of Nam Phe people become to be their labor, not worker a lot. Concern about health, use media, community exchange, media this, I think Nam Phe make a YouTube, not YouTuber. Every time we go to the outside of the area for municipality of Nam Phe and CMU outside campus. The group or P. King, help me. I don't know what is his name already. Tommy. Okay, his name is Tommy. Gonna use video record. After that, go to the team to make a recorder to be about the media and upload to the YouTube to advertise what about the they do for their community in Nampere as well. This is multimedia and re-strategy. If something is not go to start with problem, need to back to recheck about the strategy go well or not, because at that time we still go ahead a lot, but COVID come to shut down everything. Back to the strategy of COVID at that time I still remember Hang Dong is not one of the area to open for tourist destination. Mueang district and Mae Rim, but what we call the leader of district of Hang Dong try to encourage people in Hang Dong join with us at the community health hospital as well. He want to be what we call open Hang Dong, not just only lockdown. Still remember that to deal with and mobilize people, make the economic turn up again, not turn down. Re-strategy, very important. Documenting. Okay. Focus group, you know focus group. Focus group, it look like interview. But we take group of people to interview. They got something good and something bad. The good way of focus group is very easy information, because you presumably you can make appointment 12 people stay in the look like about the circle, and you can ask one question to another, people can help together. That is a good way. You receive information from 12 people in the same way. You record, right? But the what we call the weak is some people in focus group, they listen to another. The answer might be the same because the influence from another. That is the focus group. You cannot control about this, but it can help together. It depends on your design. Focus group, some people dominate. Presume I am a leader of village. Focus group is to use, you are my member, you need to listen to me. Sometimes influence too. Individual interview might be better. It depends on the what we call the issue. We need to solve the problem. Okay. All participant viewpoint recognize value. This is the good opportunity. Sometimes we need to go to participant observation. At that time, I don't have a picture in Nampere. We go to homes near collapse, and we try to take about the grants and fund from Chiang Mai government or local government to subsidize to home modification at Nampere, around maybe 3 or 4 people. And at that time, the Chiang Mai government gonna give administration gonna give around maybe 45,000 baht per household. If you prepare, you lost and you pay 50,000 baht. You pay for the home modification just only about 5,000 baht, but 45,000 baht support by the Chiang Mai provincial administration. That is for home modification. In physical dysfunction, people or disabled people, if your home collapse, is rich resort. If you cannot see what's going on, if you cannot go to this real site observation, we don't know how to use about the bicycle, but 3-wheel is broke already. It cannot move. We see what's going on. We see about the collapse of home. Provide researcher, provide educator, provide a member to see about situation. Capture about content. What is the big problem? What is the obstacle for their living? not just only about home, but about something inside content. We can see a big trees might be collapsed to the home again. Okay, this is why we go to the participant observation, see what going on about researcher like you and me in the future need to observe, go to the real research side, look like observer, not only observe activity, but also you can see atmosphere, appropriate social situation and entail system. They receive money from welfare or not. If they 60 up, but they don't have we call pension or welfare money, what going on, we're gonna help them. If they got disabled people, they're gonna got ID card from disabled card, got another way to subsidize the family. This is, we know, situation. Interviews might be work with individual. If we need to deep down into the detail, face-to-face verbal interaction, know about sometimes they cry, sometimes they laughing, because it's look like about private. Enable participants to describe what their situation, interview researcher. This is why we can got, okay? Sometimes we can use about mapping. You know about mind mapping, right? That is effective way to know about what we're gonna do first. What is the majorities? What is the start? Is identify territorial. Why we study community, we need to know about mapping of the community. What is the agricultural area? What is the resources of the water? This is the area for health, because this is like small hospital or community hospital. This is the skill we know about mapping. Then easy way now we use Google Map to help. Okay, mapping useful because allow people overlay different kind information, shoot idea, combine different together, because Nam Phe still have location, landscape near the jungle, near the hill. Some people sell the land. Sell the land means sell the soil. It look like a big creep. It's very dangerous area because they sell the soil and become to be look like about what we call Grand Canyon, right, in Nam Phe as well. That is that toward the land, but sometimes it's the better to be tourist destination, okay, to look like a swimming pool, something like that. Physical feature, territorial, we can see in the lake, river, forest, mountain. Key infrastructure, we can see no bus station in Nam Phe, but we can see post office, we can see police station, small police station, and something about the what we call organization, or we call Opoto or municipality to serve 11 village. Resources used about what we call the cropping area, fishing area, or paddy field, or the area for make a long gang farm or something. สวนลำไย This is something political. Sometimes we join and take and talk with politicians, local politicians. Some group they have idea, some group they don't have idea. It depends on the round of them. Now they got a new administration already. Okay, last at that time we got something look like about the alcohol gel to receive to protect about the COVID-19 from the politician. Now they have the new campaign. Movement of the park. Still remember that planning, okay, planning, do question, we agree with priority. Planning, set about planning, brainstorm with your team, task and technique, collect assessment or assembling data, assembling คือมารวมกัน locate task person or who, what is the role for this member, what gonna do this for the area, do this for the interview, this for this group, help together. This is the planning. Look like make look like organized in the blueprint first, in the paper. After that, acts, do task we have agreed. Use a technique, assembling data, collect data and make a workshop to do. Okay, observe what is about the come back together and group and analyze and make the observation. After we run already, give knowledge to the health community already. What they do, they can merge themselves to grab the knowledge to do themselves for their household family or not. This is make what we call observation to do, because we want to their can what we call to strengthen and support their own way as well. We just only about the use a part or help them to move, but in the real move, not just only our guidance, but the same what we call collaborative team to move together. And the last one is reflecting. What do the observation tell us? Our research, okay, we're gonna know what is the product. After we finish not success or unsuccess, what is the okay or not? What is goal? Because just only one time is not success, we still go to another. Because pie is not just only one round finish, it still continue. Sometimes takes 1 year, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 5 years, gonna change the society or transform the society. Okay, implement strategy, and after that reflect the research. Okay, discussion. After we go to the research side, it become many things lie ahead of us. It's not just only one specific research to make implement or experimental design in hospital or something. In here, we need to, what should researcher do, obtain, touch community or other member research team. We need to give, empower and touch them like a team member as well. Because if we lack of them, this part cannot meet our milestone. How important for use this step for PAR? Very important, because someone is very big project, some community need to be clear direction between team and proportion. This guy do about this guy do about this village, all together. No one Superman in PAR. Need teamwork. Okay, method, we may use focus group or analysis conduct collaborative with participants, reflect their experience, specific change, and advocate. So advocate for social change. We order a funder from outside our project, but can subsidize for the community. If community can grow something like veggie, where is the area for distribution? Big C Lotus gonna receive or not? If do PAR like this, think about the end product as well. Discussion, what does the advocating use? What channel? Something when we advocate, who advocate? Advocacy. Everything need and run by money. Not just only money, run by same, what we call not same idea, about feeling, heart hold together, รวมใจ heart hold together to do some project. Who advocate, who contribute, use what channel or tool to do. Okay, challenge. Everything located on the pie and in community have challenge, analysis impossibility, and level power of difference between middle class income, anything. We will face with many problems in community. How researcher manage group participant such different. Sometimes it look like a collide and crash together between the group of leader from village หมู่ 2 and หมู่ 2 and หมู่ 3 or 3 village, and then a second village don't agree together. How to compromise? Provide about honor. Sometimes we need to provide honor. give honor, respect them, participant. Okay, what do we think about the honor or ordinarium for participant? Because they willing to join. Sometimes because we don't have the money to look like about the salary of everyone. Okay, this is about the table of what is the assumption of commitment and method. You can read in here. Is have the what we call example for the tip to success for PAR, and I'm gonna raise you just only about the homework or assignment. When we tip for success in PAR, the first is researcher team or research team need to be implement the project. We put effort, make a PAR. It's very what we call put shoulder in shoulder, because it's not just only about your participant and use money finish, no, like that. It's still going on. Have regular research team meeting. We need to set a team, communicate with team, value of different, respect of the different culture, different contexts, involve professional researcher or aspect of project. Sometimes it's not just only about health provider, technical provider, about some people who is an officer in terms of the what we call interior for the community, take care community. They are the leader from Ministry of Interior to support about quality of life. Have realistic expectation is not just only funded fantasy, it's the realistic. If we set something, it's not just only the number in PAR, because it's the real. Okay, series based small or big success, if we go together, come to join, eat lunch together, eat dinner together, because dinner or something we help together. Some people feel guilty, but they cannot talk anything. They can talk what is the problem. It might be located on the table when you eat dinner together. Build foundation of trust and collaboration. Trust is very important. Okay, recognize the important and experiential knowledge. Someone is different background, different knowledge. We share knowledge. We respect and recognize together. Have an approach that's planned but flexible. Some approach is, if its approach is what we call is look like about is rigid. It cannot flexible. It cannot move. Don't use. If it's very what we call taking risk, you need to use this. Okay, we try to use design is flexible because we have variety of people to do. Okay, this is why use flexible implementation. Think about like this. If they have something to do quickly now, it's urgent in community. My son need to go to hospital. We can postpone to another day or something. Not just only this is the real work we need to do. No, we think we think in terms of flexibility. Okay, plain language. Use a plain language. Don't use technical term. Okay. Conclusion, action research is the process to improve educational practice or educational atmosphere. Method involved is action, evaluation, and reflection. This is we do in action research, in classroom, in environmental of education, main to improve education. Okay, evidence is implementation in practice, because we want to the student to got a new knowledge, to good knowledge, to good skill and attitude. But PAR is a form of qualitative research that seek to understand human experience, but go beyond understanding to take constructive action. We need to use constructive action เป็นโครงสร้างของการทำงาน move to emulate or to deteriorate or to emancipate difficulty, to get rid of difficult or oppressive situation. This process is include both documenting and specific problem active work toward solve the problem. It look like solve the problem is the same, but another problem in constructive or framework in community use PAR or the group of the people, but action research solve the problem or improve the problem in the classroom in terms of education. Hope you enjoy with about the my slide, and this is the homework. Okay, and the homeworks can I swap to the Thai mode? Okay,การบ้านนะครับการบ้านอันนี้ไม่ได้รีบนะครับจะได้เขียนไว้ในนั้นว่าส่งวันที่30นะครับการบ้านจะเป็นเรื่องของพาก็คือ participatory action research เป็นการเสริมสร้างนะครับศักยภาพเด็กและเยาวชนโดยมีการมีส่วนร่วมของชุมชนพื้นที่กึ่งเมืองนะครับกึ่งชนบทในกรณีศึกษาหมู่บ้านที่ด้ามพาตำบลขามใหญ่อำเภอเมืองจังหวัดอุบลราชธานีนะครับให้ทุกคนไปอ่านเรื่องนี้นะครับก่อนที่ผมจะเอาโชว์นะครับ10 คะแนนนะครับอ่านเรื่องนี้นะครับมันจะอยู่ในนี้หายไปไหน sorry อ่านนี้นะครับโฮมเวิร์กเห็นไหมครับเห็นเนาะทางบ้านเห็นไหมครับได้ยินไหมตอบด้วย
เห็นครับอาจารย์
โอเคเห็นนะครับจริงเห็นเนาะแล้วก็สอบโอเค
โหลดแล้วครับ
แต่ว่าโอเคโหลดแล้วเนาะก็ไปอ่านเรื่องนี้เนาะเป็นเรื่องที่ทำจริงที่อุบลราชธานีนะครับเป็นลักษณะการใช้พานะครับเป้าหมายเขาก็คือวิจัยเรื่องเกี่ยวกับเด็กและเยาวชนของหมู่บ้านที่หมู่บ้านด้ามผาหมู่บ้านหนึ่งนะครับที่เป็นลักษณะกึ่งเมืองกึ่งชนบทนะครับก็จะมีปัจจัยเยอะนะครับต่างๆคุณลองไปอ่านดูทั้งวัฒนธรรมทั้งมีพื้นที่กึ่งเมืองอาหารอะไรต่างๆค่านิยมแต่สุดท้ายเขาก็มีวิธีการนะครับมันก็จะมีการเล่นพนันซูไลอะไรมีเยอะแยะนะครับขาดความอบอุ่นเขาพยายามที่จะขจัดสิ่งนี้ออกจากสังคมโดยใช้พานะครับแต่ก็อย่างที่บอกใช้กระบวนการค่ายอะไรต่างๆเอาไปดูนะครับนี่คือกระบวนการนะครับประเพณีวัฒนธรรมแหล่งการเรียนรู้นะครับจริงเป็นสิ่งที่ดีนะครับในการทำพาเนี่ยเพื่อเปลี่ยนปรับสังคมคือพาจะใช้กันเยอะทำชุมชนคลองเตยอะไรต่างๆเขาพยายามใช้นะครับหลายมหาลัยเป็นลงนะครับแต่ลงได้เฉพาะกลางวันเนาะกลางคืนก็อันตรายอยู่นะครับอันนี้ก็เรื่องยาเสพติดในพวกนี้นะครับเพราะว่ามันต้องใช้เวลามันไม่สามารถทำได้แค่แป๊บเดียวไปเก็บแล้วเสร็จเนี่ยมันต้องต่อเนื่องนะครับคุณก็ไปอ่านนะครับอ่านให้หมดนะครับก็ถ้าทำพาก็ต้องใช้เวลานะครับแต่ก็บางคนต้องการแก้ไขถ้าเราไปเป็นนักไม่ว่าอยู่ในโรงพยาบาลต่างๆเราจะได้ทำโครงการก็คือกึ่งพานี่แหละโครงการของโรงพยาบาลมันก็คือพาแต่มันไม่มีเอติกแต่แล้วเราไม่ได้เขียนเป็นด็อกิเมนต์ที่มีกระบวนการชัดเจนเหมือนพาแต่มันมีกระบวนการของการทำโปรเจกต์การพัฒนาโครงการสักที่หนึ่งของโรงพยาบาลเช่นต้องการฝึกพูดในหมู่บ้านในโรงเรียนเนี้ยคุณก็คล้ายๆพานั่นแหละแต่คุณถ้ามีการตรวจสอบทวงดุลหาคุณก็จะได้พามานะครับขอเอติกซ่าอย่างเงี้ยนะครับโอทีก็เหมือนกันทำโครงการนะครับทำโครงการเกี่ยวข้องกับการดูแลครอบครัวในชุมชนเด็กที่มีปัญหาเรื่องเกี่ยวข้องกับ disabled people ชุมชนคนพิการหรือฝึกอาชีพเด็กที่มีภาวะออทิสติกดิสออเดอร์ในชุมชนก็คือพานะครับอภิปรายผลนะครับเรามานั่งทำเป็นด็อกิเมนต์มันก็จะเกิดเป็นพาได้นะครับโอเคต่อไปการบ้านมีอะไรบ้างเมื่อคุณอ่านเสร็จนะครับผมอนุญาตนะครับตอบคำถามเป็นภาษาไทยได้ครับผมไม่ต้องเป็นภาษาอังกฤษก็ได้นะครับโอเคยังไม่ขึ้นเนาะแป๊บหนึ่งนะครับการบ้านอยู่นี่นะครับมีข้อละ2 คะแนน5 ข้อ10 คะแนนนะครับก็เมื่อคุณไปอ่านพานะครับอ่าน participatory action research article เรื่อง children use potential enhancement through the participation นะครับพา of community ใน suburb area นะครับ suburban area case study ในบ้านเนี่ยนะครับในขามใหญ่เนี่ยนะครับในอำเภอขามใหญ่ตำบลขามใหญ่อำเภอเมืองจังหวัดอุบลราชธานีนะครับก็ตอบคำถาม what does particular social problem ปัญหาสังคมในบ้านด้ามพระเนี่ยมันมีอะไรมันเกิดจาก cause ก่อนก็คือ problem situation จำได้ไหมมันก็คือสิ่งที่เราจะต้องก่อนที่เราจะแพลนเนี่ยมันต้องรู้ว่ามันมี cause มี problem อะไร problematic issue นะครับหลังจากนั้น how does PA address tackle problem นะครับผมปัญหาเหล่านี้นะครับมันเกิดที่ society หรือ community เขาออกแบบเขาใช้พาทำยังไงบ้างคุณก็ไปดูนะครับเขาใช้พาทำอะไรลักษณะ type of knowledge participate เนี่ยมันเป็นลักษณะที่ไป produce อะไรครับใน article ให้อะไรสิ่งที่คุณเรียนรู้มาเนี่ยมันอาจจะยังไม่จบนี้นะอาจจะมีปัญหาที่เขาเนี่ยเจอเนี่ยเขาอาจจะใช้วิธีการทำค่ายชุมชนอะไรคุณก็บอกมาเขาทำอย่างไรมีหลายอย่างนะครับผมแล้วก็ how does PA build village capacity in community มันช่วยทำให้สร้างสังคมในหมู่บ้านสร้างศักยภาพให้คนในหมู่บ้านทำยังไงบ้างไปอ่านเป็นเรื่องราวนะครับสกัดออกมาซึ่งสิ่งเหล่านี้มันเป็นประโยชน์มากนะครับและสุดท้ายพาที่คุณเห็นเนี่ยมันถูกสำหรับ social justice ไหมมีความยุติธรรมสังคมมีผลต่อทางสังคมไหมมันอาจจะยังไม่เห็นผลหรือเปล่าหรือเห็นผลนะครับถ้าใช้พาใน study นี้นะแล้วถ้าคุณต้องการให้มัน improve มากขึ้นกว่าเดิมคุณเห็นประเด็นที่นักวิจัยทำเนี่ยมันน่าจะมีประเด็นอันอื่นหรือเปล่าคุณก็เล่ามาถ้าเป็นคุณไปทำ if you did PA in this case or in this study ในหมู่บ้านด้ามพระนะคุณจะให้มัน improve ได้ยังไงโอเคไหมครับเขียนเป็นภาษาไทยได้ครับผม10 คะแนนข้อละ2 คะแนนนะครับมีคำถามไหมครับส่งวันที่30ผ่านอีเมลผมได้เลยครับก่อนวันไปฉลองปีใหม่1 วันวันสิ้นปี1 วันผมก็ให้เวลาผมก็ไม่รีบดูแล้วมันไม่ตรงกับสเกจดิวของ assignment ของใครเลยเพราะว่าผมเห็น assignment ของอาจารย์แต่ละคนในบล็อกเนาะก็เข้าใจนะว่าอะไรนะแคนวาสมันก็ดูยากนะไปพิกอัพอยู่นั้นอีกรอบหนึ่งนะครับแต่ก็เซตเอาไว้นะครับแต่ไม่ต้องส่งในนั้นนะส่งผ่านอีเมลแต่ให้รู้ไว้เตือนไว้นะครับผมอยากจะส่งในนั้นก็ได้แต่ผมก็ต้องมาดาวน์โหลดอีกทีนึงแต่ถ้าส่งผ่านอีเมลผมก็ส่งมาเลยนะครับถ้าไม่อยากให้เพื่อนเห็นคุณมีสิทธิ์นะครับถ้าส่งมาในนั้นเพื่อนก็เห็นข้อสอบของคุณแต่จริงผมเชื่อนะครับว่าเราเรียนปริญญาโทแล้วนะครับแล้วก็และเรามีความคิดสะท้อนเกิดจากที่เราเรียนรู้เรื่องพาเนี่ยมันก็น่าจะเป็นอะไรในอนาคตมากขึ้นทำไมผมมาสนใจเรื่องพามากขึ้นเพราะว่าวันนี้เทรนด์ของงานวิจัยเนาะมันเป็นเรื่องเกี่ยวข้องกับเรื่องเกี่ยวกับผู้สูงอายุเรื่องของคอมมูนิตี้เรื่องเกี่ยวข้องกับนอกแคมปัสมากขึ้นพาจึงเป็นตัวอันหนึ่งที่มาขับเคลื่อนและพามีประโยชน์ในการที่จะปรับแม้มันจะไม่สักเซสในวิจัยแค่2-3 ครั้งเนาะเพราะมันต้องการ participate กับหลายๆกลุ่มเนาะไม่ว่าผู้ปกครองบ้านเมืองนะครับสาธารณสุขหรือประชาชนถ้าเขาไม่เอาเช่นคุณจะงดไม่ให้มีเหล้าตองตามหมู่บ้านเนี่ยจะช่วยลดมากเลยเนี่ยคุณไปคิดดูว่าจะไม่มีเหล้าตองในหมู่บ้านเนี่ยเขาจะมีแหล่งผ่อนคลายอย่างอื่นไหมผมก็เคยแอนตี้นะแต่วันนี้มันยังไงมันต้องมีนะครับมันก็เป็นจุดหนึ่งแต่มันก็เป็นแหล่งอบายมุขอันหนึ่งถูกต้องไหมมันเป็นดาบ2 คมนะซึ่งมันก็มีนะแต่ถ้าเราคิดว่าโอเคเขาก็ไม่แตะต้องเพราะว่ารัฐบาลก็ยังเปิดโอกาสให้ดื่มแต่ถ้าต้มเหล้าเถื่อนโอเคอันนั้นก็เป็นปัญหาสังคมนะครับอันนั้นคือโจทย์ของพานะครับวันนี้คงจะมีเยอะถ้าใครจะเล่นเรื่องพาเนาะมีคำถามไหมครับมีคำถามไหมครับ Do you have any question โอเคผมอัดเรคคอร์ดไว้คุณสามารถมารีรันมาดูได้ตลอดเวลานะครับ24 ชั่วโมงนะครับเดี๋ยวก็จะให้มัน convert แล้วก็จะอัปโหลดไว้ในแปะลิงก์นะครับผ่าน Canvas แล้วไปใช้พื้นที่ของ MS Stream ผมไม่เข้าใจเหมือนกันว่าทำไมไม่เอา MS Stream ไปเลย ก็จะแปะลิงก์ไว้แล้วก็ดึงไปนะครับ เพราะว่าพื้นที่1 วิชาให้แค่500 เมกเองนะครับผมก็ต้องเซฟพื้นที่สำหรับอาจารย์ท่านอื่นงั้นเจอกันคราวหน้าจะเป็นเรื่องการวิพากษ์นะครับแต่คราวหน้าเป็นของอาจารย์จรัญญาก่อนแล้วผมคงจะเจอปีหน้าถ้าจำไม่ผิดนะวันที่ปีหน้านะครับก็คือมาดูการวิพากษ์ในเชิง qualitative ว่าเราจะเจอแบบนี้แล้วเรามองแล้วเราจะวิพากษ์ว่าเป็นลักษณะแบบไหนนะครับหลังจากที่เราเรียนฟีโนมา grounded theory มา case cost study หรือวิธีการวิเคราะห์ข้อมูลนะครับผมไม่ใช่เก็บเอาทุกดีเทลของการเขาเรียกว่าอินเทอร์วิวมาหมดนะเราต้องสกัดออกมาอะไรที่มัน relevant ที่สุด quotation อะไรต่างๆเหมาะกับธีมเหมาะกับในสิ่งที่เป็นคอนเทนต์นะครับก็เดี๋ยวเรามาวิพากษ์กันปีหน้าโอเคครับงั้นวันนี้นะครับก็สมควรเกินเวลาแล้วจะ4 โมงแล้วเจอกันครับสวัสดีครับผมครับสวัสดีครับ